Namaste. So a warm and heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you. Just honoring you all for being here today. So welcome to our full day immersion, TRU Yoga Masterclass, where we will be exploring sort of these really mini in-depth workshops with our faculty of teachers here at TRU Yoga School. And we're really diving deep into some really beautiful different modalities, techniques, skills, practices, philosophies. So you have a full day of yogic practices ahead of you. So I'd like to start by just welcoming all of us to find a comfortable seated position. Whether you are on the earth, on the couch, you might wish to bring in the support of a cushion or a block underneath your seats. And just begin to close down through the eyes. And just take a moment to arrive here. Taking a few breaths to release and let go of any lingering momentum. Letting go of any desire for movement. And allowing it to gently transform into a desire for stillness. Feeling a gentle sense of the support beneath your body. Noticing the contact points where your body meets the ground. The places where you feel held, anchored, connected. And from there, begin to welcome a gentle axial elongation up and through the spine. Sitting up nice and tall, gently drawing the crown of the head up towards the sky above you. A sense of rooting down and rising up simultaneously. Welcoming a humble sense of the ocean of air all around you. And the beauty of this existence, somewhere between earth and sky. This body, this breath, this mind, this heart, the essence of who you are, here and now. Notice your breath. And on the next inhale, breathe in for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to a mental count of 4, and exhale to an equal count. A few rounds of Samavritti Pranayam, equal waves breathing. To add more depth into this experience, you might even explore a gentle pause at the tip of the inhale to suspend the breath, or a gentle pause at the bottom of the exhale. Breathing in, I welcome peace into my life and into my heart. Breathing out, I embody that peace and spread it out and into the world. into a world that truly needs it the most at this time. Breathing in peace, breathing out peace. And then gently releasing the counts. I invite you to bring your left hand onto your heart, your right hand on top of your left, and gently press down into your palms as an offering of gratitude and deep reverence to yourself for choosing to be here today, to this beautiful Sangha, this family, this community of like-minded beings, seeking truth in this life, walking this path together. An immense gratitude to all of our teachers, past, present, and future. May we devote our practices, our time here together, our teachings to a long lineage of realized beings. To ancient traditions we have borrowed these practices from, for they are not mine. Idam namama. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Drawing the hands together, palm to palm, in front of the heart in Namaskar. Let us open our container together with the sound, the primordial sound of the Pranava, one Om, followed by three Shantis for peace. Calling this peace into your heart and letting it ripple out into the hearts of all sentient beings. Taking a deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You can slowly begin to flutter your eyes open, take in the surroundings of your space, the light coming into the room, blink your eyes 7 times, move the tongue around inside of the mouth, maybe roll out the shoulders a couple of times. Eventually coming back to our screen together. Welcome. So before we dive into our first workshop together, I'd like to just invite all of us here on the faculty to take a moment to introduce ourselves. We'll share our name and maybe just one short and sweet thing about what inspired us to be here today. After that, Lalita will share with us just about a minute of logistics, and then we are ready to just dive right in. So for anyone I haven't met just yet, my name is Kristen Rose. I am here feeling so inspired to share with you what I truly love and to give you everything that I have in the short amount of time that I do have with you. I have a deep, deep love and passion and practice of yoga and yoga nidra. And so we'll be diving into yoga nidra and sankalpa today. So thank you so much for being here. Maybe we'll move to, I see Lalita.
Hari Om, welcome everyone. Well, my name is Lalita, and I'm here connecting from Ecuador today. And I will be guiding a session about voice, sound, and silence, and how they can be like great allies when we are coming in a facilitator space. So I'm pretty sure most of you are already some sort of facilitators, teachers, therapists, or aspiring facilitators and yoga teachers. And here's my little daughter. So yeah, thank you for being with us today. Really looking forward for spending the day together.
And then I see our beloved Marie next here.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Sorry, Marie Colibri. We're introducing our faculty in this moment, so you will have
oh,
some time to share later. But I'm looking
sorry.
at, sorry, there's two Maries, Marie Boisver, and we'll come back to you, Marie Colibri. Much love to you, sister. Our other Marie.
Hi, Marie. Pleased to meet you. Hi, everybody. My name is Marie. I'm so grateful to be in this space. What am I doing here today? Honestly, anything that these lovely women are up to, I want to be a part of. And of course, Zamir, whenever he joins us, just creating a beautiful container together. So I'm just grateful to be here, sharing a little movement. I'll keep it short because I do want to honor all of our time together. So see you in the practice.
Thank you, love. And Marie Colibri, you inspired me. I would love to invite everyone while we're diving into hearing from Sotiria. If you want to write into that chat box, let us know your name, let us know where you are tuning in from, and maybe share one word or a reason of why you are here or what brought you here. And then we can flow to our beautiful sister Sotiria.
Hello, beautiful humans. Thank you, Kristen, for saying my name correctly. I am here because of, um, yeah, the desire and inspiration that I get from creating ecosystems with other humans with shared values and level of depth of beingness. And today, in our time together, we'll be exploring how our body wisdom, our nervous systems really shape the space that we hold and how to regulate ourselves and deepen into that through the present moment experience. I'm excited. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the invitation.
Amazing. And when our dear Zamir pops on, we'll invite him to share a little bit about who he is and his intention for being here as well. He has a lot to share today. So before we dive in, Lalita, are there any just very specific logistics you'd like to share before we shift gears to Marie?
So very quickly, because I don't want to take too much time, just again, welcome everyone. And because we have a full day together, like feel free to, like take the time as you need. If at any point you want to stay in the call, but maybe turn off your camera, you can do that. You're of course more than welcome to keep your camera on in the moments that you're here with us. It helps us kind of connect with you, and also like as facilitators, it helps us also kind of like read the room in our imaginary online room. So that's always more than welcome. If you have any questions, we have a specific time of Q&A at the end of the day. So the last 15 minutes is specifically for responding any questions. But given that, some workshops are at the beginning, at the end, you're welcome to type it in the chat. We as facilitators may or may not address the question in the moment, but perhaps we can leave it also for the end. So know that, this is partly interactive, so you can ask questions in the chat. We also kindly ask you to keep your mics on mute. You know, so that we can just kind of create the space. We are 5 faculty teachers and we each are sharing something in such little time. So it's just like a little taster. So we want to like make the most out of the time together. And one more thing for those who are interested, at the end of the call, towards the end, when we're doing the Q&A, I will be sharing the link to a form that if you are interested in filling out, it's a form that can bringing clarity and integrating questions. It's a little assignment, if we may call it that way, where you can put into words the experience that you lived with us together. There's also access to the replay, so you can also fill that form later. And as a way of like reciprocating your attention, your presence, we want to offer a $200 immersion credit. So for those who fill the form, either by being here the whole day and filling the form or watching the replays, or half and half. Once you fill up the form, you get automatically a $200 credit for a true yoga teacher training. That's all I'll say for now.
Gracias, Lalita. Yes, and if you do need to pop off at any time, Please know that all of this will be recorded. You'll receive all of the replays so you can come back to them and watch these workshops time and time again. And the details about that assignment and that special discount will come at the end, but it will also come in a follow-up email. Okay. So I feel excited to invite Marie to introduce your beautiful workshop, and I'm here for support, and have a beautiful time together, everyone.
Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. I feel so grateful to be here. My intention in this session was to, as facilitators, we discussed having more of like a movement focused practice first thing in the morning. So that will take probably the majority of our time since we are starting a tiny little bit late, which is fine. If any questions pop up at the end, or if you want to connect later on, my intention was to discuss about like the seasons and the cycles that we go through in our lives and how it affects us when we show up to the practice day to day, and how to come into a space of noticing and customizing our practice, choose our own adventure as we go so that we can find balance. So balance isn't linear, it's not 50-50. It's like the marker for balance is moving day to day, moment to moment. So by noticing our internal state, our external state, the seasons, what's going on around us, we can really tune in and we can curate our practice to bring us balance in that moment rather than like what average balance looks like over time in the logical mind. So uh, I know we thank you, Kristen. We had a beautiful check-in. I just wanted to drop back in a little tiny bit after all the chatter, and just kind of like tune in to the frequency of the energy of our practice together. So let's close our eyes. Um, Go ahead and take a really deep breath in. And as you exhale, just let go of any tension or contraction, any stickiness, and just continue to tune into your breath. I just want to begin our little session today with a prayer. So you're welcome to just listen, or just bring your hands together in your heart. You can keep your hands in your lap. So just invoking and harnessing the grace and the blessings of the Divine Mother to be with us in our session today. Om Prano Devi Sarasvati Vajebir Vajinivati Dina Mavir Trayavatu Om Ganeshaya Nama Om Sarasvatye Nama Shri Guru Bhyo Nama Hari Om. So let's come into a place of noticing and feeling the effects of the cycles and the seasons in our environment and internally. So what season is it where you are? We are spread out all over the world. And how does the season that you're in right now, externally, like in the environment, how does that affect your current state? Does the heat fire you up? Does the cold make you feel contracted or heavy? Are there certain atmospheric weather patterns that perhaps feel like they affect your sinuses, that affects how you breathe when you show up to the practice? Is it morning? Is it noon? Is it night? And what does the energy of each of those times of day inspire within you? Does it feel like time for rest, time for action? You know, what I had planned today works really well for where I am because I noticed the environment internally and externally. And so I created something. But knowing that we're all experiencing such different seasons internally and externally, it's not one size fits all. And what seasons are you feeling inside? Where are you at um, in your menstrual cycle, if you have one? Is it your winter, your spring, your summer, your fall? How does the place you are in your menstrual cycle, if you have one, affect how you show up to the mat? How does it affect your energy levels, your level of presence and focus and intensity? Is it day or night? Is your body trying to produce the chemicals and get into the ritual for bed right now, but you just really wanted to tune in, so you're here? Is it first thing in the morning before the sun rises? And how does that all affect how you show up today? Cycles are happening all the time, even when we're not aware of it. Emotional cycles. There's cycles of grief and cycles of joy, and how where we are in that shows up how we are to the practice today. So just notice. And also, like, not just natural cycles externally and internally, but man-made cycles. Where are you at? Or is it a work day for you today? Are you in nature? Are you in an urban area in the city? All of those things are affecting us, and that changes the marker of balance from day to day. And so when we show up and notice and just accept it, there's a grace and a compassion and a forgiveness that allows us to just show up how we are. So we can talk about more of that later. Let's take a deep breath in and let it all go. So we're going to move on to our mat. I think Kristen had asked everyone to kind of like prepare a little space. So please join me on your mat. And if you don't have a block, that's fine. You can use a book. Or a pillow. Let's start out on our back. You can lie down, and we're not going to get into Shavasana. We'll just do like a very neutral supine position. So bend your knees and place your feet flat on the ground. Allow your knees to come together. That kind of neutralizes the hips a little bit. And then for your arms, you can choose like, straight arms. You can go snow angel arms. You can do hand, chest, hand, belly. Just a position that requires very little from you. So we're not quite in the like death part of Shavasana winter after, but we are in a place of like not using very much energy. This is where we want to start our practice. Like, we tuned in, we checked in, we noticed. Now we're grounded, we're on the earth, and we're breathing. and we're releasing tension. And we're allowing ourselves to feel held by the earth. Okay. Take a big breath. Draw your knees in toward your chest. Bring your knees and wrap your arms around your shoulders or around you. Sorry, guys. It's been like 2 years since my last Zoom session, so I'm just getting my bearings over here. Thank you for your grace. Wrap your arms around your shins and take a deep breath in, pressing into the knees, the thighs, expanding the belly, the ribs. Exhale, softening. Now inhale to stack the knees over the hips. So we're coming into this like reverse tabletop position where the shins are parallel to the earth, the feet are dorsiflexed, so toward the top edge of the foot, drawing up, and then our hands are going to come onto our thighs. And then you'll notice this little like natural curvature in the spine. That's fine. We're going to take an inhale and lift through the front ribs, lift through the belly to find a little bit more of an arch. And as we exhale, we're going to press our hands into our thighs, press our back body into the earth, and notice how the hip points and rib points, they kind of draw toward one another. And then our core is really activating, turning on. So inhale, find the arch, lift the chest, lift the belly, exhale, press down through the back body. One more time, inhale, lift and arch. And we're pressing our hands into our knees and thighs here, and exhale, press the back body down. And then you're going to place your hands on your torso while you do that same thing. I'm just going to check like chat right now just to make sure everything's okay. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, hopefully everyone's doing all right. So as you breathe and arch, so expand or extend, and exhale to contract. You're going to just notice how that feels in through the torso. Okay, take a big breath in, last round, and exhale, draw the knees in. And then roll up and down on your spine until you land forward onto your knees. There's a few options here. So I like to start out with my toes curled under because it really stretches out the soles of my feet. So then when I finally do get to standing, the feet are like taking up as much surface area as possible, but it can get a little intense. You can use a blanket if you want this option. You can use the blanket also without the toes curled under. So we're going to start out with some controlled articular rotations of the shoulders. And so we start in like a wintry position, and then we start this like slow warm up. And that gives us the spring energy. And I find myself in my practices, I really love like a good long spring. I don't know what it is, but um, this might feel like a little bit of a longer warm up. Let's see. So we're going to start with one arm. It doesn't matter which one. We're going to do both. So I'm going to just place my left hand across my chest. I'm going to inhale the right arm up to flexion. So without shrugging the shoulder up to the ear, I'm just raising the arm for flexion. Once I get to the top, I'm going to externally rotate so that my thumb is pointing away from my body and my palm is facing outward. And then I sweep back nice and wide until the arm is alongside the body. Inhale up. External rotation. Sweep it back. Hold here for a second. Now, this is extension. This is full extension. So we're opening up the angle at the shoulder joint and then coming back down to the side and then inhale up. So we're in flexion, decreasing the angle at the joint. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do the other side. Inhale. I keep forgetting we don't have 90 minutes here. And then external rotation and come down to the side. Inhale up, flexion. External rotation, extension, and then back to neutral. Let's do both arms. Inhale, reach both arms up to flexion. External rotation. Sweep the arms back. Here we're in extension. And then back to the sides of the body. And let's just do with both arms. Now we inhale, sweep back to extension. We're in an internal rotation. And then sweep the arms up, both into flexion. Exhale down. Internal rotation, sweep back to extension. External rotation up. And exhale down. Okay, now remember when I said that you needed like a block or a book or a pillow or something? You're going to take your block or your book or your pillow. You're going to place it right in front of you. Interlace your fingers behind your head, elbows pointing out. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, come forward, pick up your block. So adduction, you're going to squeeze. Oh, I heard a little pop in my ear. Hopefully no one's trying to talk to me. Okay, you're going to squeeze the block or the pillow or the book between your elbows. Hopefully that works out for you. And then you're going to press the elbows up toward the ceiling without shrugging the shoulders. And then you're going to bring the block back down. Inhale up. Exhale, you can move the block to the side for now. We're going to need it later, soon. Come forward onto your hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide. So find your rooting connection with the earth, palms. So I like to spread my fingers and then like grip a little bit, like flex a little bit. So I feel like my palms might be suctioning to the earth. Gives me a little bit more stability and strength. It helps to protect my wrists. And then same through the tops of the feet. I really like to press down through the dorsal surface of the foot, so the top of the foot. Exhale here. And then we'll just move into the wrists. So come forward, stretching into the wrists here, and then come all the way back. And then coming forward and then pointing the fingertips out toward the sides. So fingertips out, inner wrists facing one another, and then just gentle shift side to side. So the warm-up is all these like tiny little exercises and movements in my sequence that we're basically doing all the little components of the peak portion or the summer or the climax of our sequence. So all these little things sometimes feel a little bit like menial or boring, but once we get to the peak, we won't even notice because we'll have already practiced all these things. Okay, now fingertips pointing back toward the knees. Fingertips pointing back toward the knees and then just stretching back a little bit. And then coming back to center. Then look at your elbows and notice how they sit naturally. If I allow my elbows to just hang out at like they want to, I'm overextending, as you can probably see. Let me exaggerate a little bit. So then we're going to bend the elbows and dip back and then extend the elbows again and overextend. Now find like a happy medium. So there's a little tiny micro bend in the elbows. So now with our fingers spread, we're protecting our wrists, and with our elbows bent, we're also protecting our elbows and we're protecting our shoulders or setting up the right foundation for the shoulders. So coming into the shoulders, let's for a second forget everything we've ever learned in yoga and just collapse into the shoulder sockets and feel the discomfort there. And then we'll exhale to press into the palms and round the space between the shoulders. You don't have to round the whole back just yet. We're just trying to round the space between the left and right shoulder, so the upper back. And then one more time, we'll collapse and forget all of our training. And then we'll exhale, find that gentle rounding action. Now, let's come into the hips. And without moving the whole spine, we're just going to tuck the hip, or we're going to anteriorly and posteriorly move the hips. So we want to like tuck the tailbone or lengthen the tailbone down. And then we want to lift the sitting bones up or anterior tilt of the hips. Okay. Now we're going to move into the spine. So we feel super rooted through the earth, everything that's touching. We've kind of taken a look at all the other joints and like major areas to get there. And now with all of this awareness, we're going to exhale, press the earth and round into our cat spine. Rooting into the tops of the feet, the shins, pressing into the palms, tucking the chin. And then inhale to drop the belly, gaze up, arch back, and close your eyes here. Close your eyes and feel the warmth that we're building up slowly. And then feel every little part of the body. You don't have to move like super rigidly or super systematically. Just move in a way that you're aware of everything. And that maybe if you like focus on one little piece, you can really get into the sensation of it. You can really follow it. You can really shift it with your breath. Good. Now come back into neutral spine with your next breath. Last little bit of work in tabletop here. You're going to take your block or book or pillow, whatever you had before, your prop. You could have an imaginary prop. That's totally fine. You're going to come back into that awareness and understanding of the body in this shape. You're going to curl the toes under, take a big breath in, check in with the shoulders, check in with the core. Remember that like reverse tabletop thing that we did at the beginning when we were laying on our mat? We're going to engage that level of core intensity and strength, and we're just going to lift the knees like an inch, 2 max. Notice what's happening when you're here. Have you started collapsing into the shoulder girdle? What is happening in your lower back? Is there collapsing in the lower back? Your hips are sticking up? Is there a way that you can draw the hip points and the rib points closer together, filling out the back body? Imagine that you're pressing the back body into the earth like you were in this very same position. Take a big breath in. Exhale, come on down, move the block, and just a little child's pose. How's everybody doing? Let's do a little check-in here. Grab a couple breaths. Good. Okay. From your child's pose, inhale, come on up to tabletop. And make like a plank shape with your upper body, keeping your knees down. Keeping that same level of awareness. Your wrists might hurt a little bit, but we're really just turning them on. And sometimes we forget about the fingers. So take a big breath in. As you exhale, lower down. So elbows draw toward one another. Remember when you're adducting and squeezing the block together? We want to use that as we lower down to the ground. Exhale all the way. Good. So hopefully this shows on my camera angle here. From the belly, prone position, I'm going to extend my right arm. Well, I'll do it the other way. I'll extend my left arm away from my body. So perpendicular to my body. I'm making like an L shape. My legs are together. And I'm using my opposite hand to press into the floor, roll on my side and let my head down. And then my top knee will bend and the foot will come down onto the mat. It's complicated. It sounds awkward, and I'm terribly sorry if it did not translate. But basically what we're doing is a chest opener. A chest opener where we start on the belly, We extend the arm, we open up, and this way we're increasing the spaciousness of the chest so that we can breathe. Relax the head down. So exhale all of your breath. And then inhale deeply through your nose to the count of 4. Om 3, Om 2, Om 1, holding the breath in. And through your nose, exhale for 6, Om 5, Om 4, Om 3, Om 2, Om 1, all the breath out. Let's do another breath like that. Inhale through the nose for 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, hold the breath. Exhale for 6, Om 5, Om 4, Om 3, Om 2, Om 1. Now use your inhale to come back to center. Exhale, make a pillow with the hands, bring your forehead down. And then inhale to extend the opposite arm away from your body. Use the hand of the non-extended arm to press you away from the floor. Relax the head down. Bend the knee of the top leg and press the foot behind. You could just gaze up if there's any level of confusion. It feels really good, I swear. Exhale all the breath out. Inhale deeply through your nose to the count of 4. Om 3, Om 2, Om 1. Hold your breath in. And exhale Om 6, Om 5, Om 4, Om 3, Om 2, Om 1. Again, inhale for 4, Om 3, Om 2, Om 1. Hold the breath. Exhale for 6, Om 5, Om 4, Om 3, Om 2, Om 1. Use your inhale to come back up to center. Exhale at center, making a pillow with the hands, forehead down. And then drawing the legs together. So adduction, bringing them toward the midline of the body, and that helps to energize all the way through. We're going to interlace the fingers behind the head. And this is why having the legs drawing together is really helpful, because with our fingers interlaced behind the head, elbows sticking out, it kind of limits our mobility a little bit. So we'll use the legs to help us energize. Exhale here. Pressing the tops of the feet down into the mat, we're going to inhale, come on up. So it's like a cobra variation, but instead the fingers are interlaced behind the head. And that allows us to press the head back into the hands and retract the neck, which protects the cervical spine or the C-spine. Exhale, come down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. This time, stay lifted. Release the hands down by the ribs and keep a version of Cobra that is using the strength that you have found from within the body and not from pressing the hands down. And then check in, is the chin lifting? Are we compressing into the cervical spine or the back of the neck? Can we still breathe? Big breath in. Exhale, lower it down. Bring the right cheek down onto the mat. Bring the arms down alongside the body. Take one breath here. Holy man, time is flying. Okay. It is what it is. So inhale, come up. And then find your Sphinx. Sphinx has the forearms parallel to one another, the elbows coming directly under the shoulders. The legs can be like hip distance, not too much wider, just sometimes that does a little pinching in the lower back. So we're going to go Sphinx. And then locate your pubic bone and press your pubic bone down, as well as the tops of the feet. Feel this like little triangle, tops of feet, pubic bone pressing down. And then locate the lowest front points of the ribs, draw them forward and up in space, and notice how that creates more space in the chest and a little bit of a deeper back bend. And then drop the shoulder blades down and create spaciousness between the shoulders and the ears. And then from here, we'll take an inhale, curl the toes under, and then remember that little rounding of the shoulders, the space in the upper back. We're going to get into that. We're going to come into a forearm plank, drawing the hip points and the rib points together, lengthening through the back body. So lengthening tailbone down, like when we were pressing our back body against the earth, we want to fill out that space. We want to notice the rhythm of our breath, our level of presence. Big breath in. Exhale, come down. All the way down. Turn onto the left cheek. Press the arms down alongside the body. Take one full breath here. So inhale, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. This time we're going to exhale to ground. Come up into upward facing dog. So inhale to extend the arms. Spread the fingers. Notice what's happening in the elbows. Remember when we're in our tabletop and we're checking what's going on with the elbows? Is there's this like overextending happening? Our fingers spread wide so that we can protect our wrists. Can we now, from this position, press the pubic bone toward the earth, the tops of the feet down, and then also locate the front lowest point of the ribs, drawing them forward and up, creating a spaciousness in the chest and an ease in the breath. And then what's happening with our shoulders? Are they shrugging toward the ears, or do we have this distance, this spaciousness to breathe and to keep our neck protected? Good. Inhale. Curl the toes under, and then exhale, find your plank. Find your plank. Check back in with the fingers. Are the wrists protected? How are the elbows doing? Are we in alignment? Have we lost it? What's happening in the shoulders? Are we collapsing? Is there integration with the core? Are we softening? Did we let it go? Can we maintain? Can we keep the intensity? Keep our breath? Keep the awareness? And find equanimity through the changing temperature. Big breath in and exhale. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. Ooh, so downward facing dog sometimes is a more energizing pose and sometimes as a down regulating pose. In this case, we're using as a down regulating pose. The head is below the heart. We've just done a lot of effort. And so find a steadiness and a stillness and a softening in here rather than like a holding. Bend your knees, gaze forward. Take little tiny baby steps toward the top of your mat. Landing in a very passive forward fold. Oh, the breath out. Inhale, come up a third of the way. Keep the knees bent, stay relaxed. Exhale. Inhale, come up another third of the way. And exhale. Inhale, come up the rest of the way. Keep inhaling. Keep reaching the arms up. Keep expanding. Keep taking up space. And then once your arms are fully extended toward the sky, turn your palms inwards. And imagine you've got like a big ball of golden light, like a sun, right between your hands. And as you exhale, you'll do this like body scan. As we draw in and through using the light of the sun to purify. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, scan the body as you move the energy into manifestation, into grounding. One more breath, big breath in. And exhale. And find a very chill Tadasana, a very chill mountain pose. Maybe a little wider stance than your usual mountain pose. And just take a moment to check in. Like, wow, the difference from now to not that long ago. Simply by harnessing the energies of certain poses based on their qualities and effects. Inhale, reach the arms up, slight arch back. And as you exhale, we're going to sit into chair pose. Not long, we're done the hard work. Let's let our nervous system know that we're ready to go down. Okay, we're going to come down. Come with as much control as you can. We work on that one together. And then find your Navasana boat. Just as we don't want to just like go from summer straight to winter, right? From like standing to Shavasana. We want to fall. We want to bring the energy down. Okay, come down to half Navasana or Ardha Navasana. And then again, the energy of deduction, drawing everything in, breathing in. And exhale, knees to chest. Big breath in, reach the arms out into a T shape. And exhale, knees to the left. We won't stay here. We're out of time. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. And sometimes it's like, okay, why are you trying to get this twist in? Because I like to make sure that we move inhale back to center on all planes of movement in every practice. Exhale to the right. Doesn't matter if it's yin, if it's yang, if it's restorative. Inhale, center. Exhale, feet to the earth. Big breath in. Knees wide. Feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana. Stay here for just a couple breaths. So, in every practice, in every day, in every sequence, there's a spring and a summer and a fall and a winter. And these are the rhythms of nature. This is how it goes already. And when we align and adhere to our external and internal cycles, then this is where we can find harmony and balance. If you want to take it now to a traditional Shavasana for just a few breaths, that's very encouraged. That's our winter. And we're not doing extra stuff like the winter part. The trees in the winter, they're just surviving. They're not doing extra stuff. They're not budding. They're not like growing leaves in the winter. They're just surviving. And that's all we need to do in the winter now and of our practice is we're just here. Rest is not the absence of practice. Rest is the completion of our practice. Just breathe, easy. Just do no work, do no thing. Allow the physical and energetic benefits of the practice take effect on your body. And bring equanimity to the mind. And as most sane people, a very short winter is always good, especially when we have so many more beautiful facilitators to experience. So after this very short Shavasana, very short winter, let's bring a little bit of awareness and movement back in, sending breath to all the parts and pieces, and start to bring small movements back in, start to bring deeper breaths back in. And I'm not going to tell you how to do it. You just move what feels like balance for your body, what feels right. And then if it feels good and right, you can take a deep, long stretch, bring the legs together, reaching the arms up behind the head. You can draw your knees back into your chest, wrap your arms around your shins. You can rock a little left and right, up and down. You could do no rocking. Maybe that doesn't bring balance, and then come back to your seat whenever I'm trying this there. Mm. You can close your eyes and bring your hands together at your heart if that feels right. You can leave them in your lap. Thank you so much for sharing this very short practice together. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and that going forward, considering everything outside and inside, that we could perhaps find a little more grace and a little more forgiveness and acceptance for ourselves in each moment in the way we show up, and let go of the expectation that because we showed up one day in a certain way that we show up the next day in the exact same way. That's just not realistic. We want to embrace the change, for change is the only thing that is certain. Close with the sound of one Om together. Inhale. Om. Om. I think that's it for us. No time to discuss it. That's okay. We wanted some movement. Um, I think questions are supposed to be later. Is that right?
Yeah, Marie, and just thank you so much. You are just like a master of your craft, and you have so much to offer that inviting you to come in for such a little window, it was just, yeah, it's like
I've
there's
I
so much potency in a
I
short
have
amount of
yeah,
time. So thank
I
you
have so
so
many
much.
notes, and I was just bursting. I had so many things that I wanted to share.
Yes.
But
Yes,
thank you for
of course.
for inviting me. Thank you so much.
Yes. And for anyone who's really excited to dive deeper into these practices and the wisdom that Marie has to offer, again, you will receive this recording so you can come back to this and practice it again and again and again. Remember that consistency, it accumulates. And if you want to go even deeper than that, you can join us here live in Costa Rica in May. So thank you, beautiful Marie. Thank you so much. I'm just going to stop this recording and then I'll start the next chapter.